All right, hi, and welcome to another installment of Math Basics, Mr. Best. Today, again, we're going to talk about plane geometry, and we got an angle cluster here. That's a little bit of a challenge for students. Students will look at this guy and say, "Whoa, how do we do this? There's only one number in that cluster." And I'll say, "Not necessarily. You're wrong, because this guy right here represents a number. When you see that box in there, you know that the value of that angle is going to be 90 degrees, and that is a key part for doing this problem." So now, if we have to take this and we have to do what we got to do next, we have to go to what we talked about prior, and that is using our little line test. Now, remember what our line test is all about. A lot of students don't use this technique, and this is just absolutely paramount to success. What you do is pick either of the lines in the problem. Remember, there are two lines in the problem. One is A to B, and the other is C to D. Pick any one you'd like and highlight it. Because now what I know is that all the pieces above the line have to add up to be 180, and all the pieces below the line have to add up to be 180. And why? Because lines are straight angles. And straight angles always add up to be 180 degrees. Or they have the value of 180, and all the pieces, if they're dissected, have to make 180. So above it on the top, you got that sliver there, one, two, three pieces that add up to be 180. Now I got a problem at the top because I only know one of the three values. If you have two or more missing pieces, you really can't do anything with that. But if I look below, if I go below, now I have two pieces here, but only one of them is missing. Only one of them is unknown. So now this is just ridiculously simple. Because if I know those two add up to be 180, and I know one of them's 168, then this guy right here has to be 12 degrees, because that's what combines together to make 180. Now, watch this. Angles directly across from one another have exactly the same value. Why do we know that? Vocabulary. Because those angles there are what are called vertical angles. Vertical angles are angles directly across from one another when two lines cross and they have the same exact value. And now, once I know that little sliver on the top is 12 degrees, then I can easily find out what my missing angle is up here, because those three components, these three pieces, this guy plus this guy plus this guy, needs to add up to be 180 degrees. So if I start with 180 and subtract the 90 from it, and then I take 12 more away, I get my missing value, which is 78 degrees for this guy right here. Like I said, a little bit more challenging than a lot of the normal angle cluster questions that you have, but definitely doable when you know the vocabulary. So I hope you found this video here on angle clusters helpful and informative.